Hey guys, welcome to Coven Radio. Hope everyone's doing well. How are you, Miguel?
Good. How are you? How's everything?
Not too bad, yeah. It's Wednesday already. I don't know where the time goes. It just
Wednesday.
seems to fly by. I know. It's
Time
my
is
favorite day
flying
of the week
by.
now.
And Kevin's
Yeah, it's been
sick.
is Kevin sick? Oh my god.
Yes.
It
He's
sounds
very
like an
sick.
excuse.
I'm sure he's listening right now.
I hope
Kevin,
so. I hope he feels better.
listen to me, Kevin. Are you listening? Because I know you're listening. You better be good tomorrow morning. We have a war to do tomorrow morning.
Oh, are you battling tomorrow?
We are battling tomorrow. Yes.
Oh, that's so exciting.
I can't
I
wait.
can connect my gang and
Yeah.
battle for the win.
Make sure you do it before 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. You have to register.
So 8. I got to
For
count on my
8 a.m. for
fingers
me.
now.
So
What's
8
that?
a.m. for
8.
you. I don't know what that is.
1 o'clock. 1 o'clock for
Before,
me.
yeah.
Before 1. Okay, so that's good. Everyone's heard it here first. Get your ants ready.
Ants ready. That's right.
Get
We're,
them
we're
ready.
we're already talking about what we're doing for season 2, and it's going to be crazy. You guys are going to love it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's exciting. So people can win Solana, is that right?
Yeah, people are going to win. So on season 1 is going to be our Pepe, which is obviously part of Solana. So every I don't know if you saw the brackets, but every bracket there's a $50 pot. Well, not a $50 pot. The first bracket is a $50 pot. And as we progress throughout the battles, it goes up more. And we announced last week that we're going to give away more stuff. So we're giving away an NFT. We're giving away a T-shirt, and we're giving away a whole bunch of airdrops of other stuff. So some cool stuff happening.
Oh, awesome. That's so cool. Yeah,
Mhm.
I can't wait to do that. I love bringing these characters to life and gamifying, as you
Yeah,
will. But yeah, that's really cool.
it
Awesome.
it's going to be very interactive, more interactive, let me say, on season 2. Season 2, and as we progress through the seasons, obviously we're going to continue to build the platform. So the cool thing is that people are going to be able to see how he progresses from like season 1 to like season 2 to season 3 and that kind of stuff, which is going to be cool for people to see how something or a game gets done or gamified, how it
Yeah,
progresses. So I think it'll be cool.
that's really cool.
Mhm.
So any sort of alpha on a particular gang ants people should be trying to pick up?
Um,
Just in case I might want to go and strengthen my colony.
there's really no alpha because it's all probability, right?
Okay.
But at the same time, my favorite are the Ronins.
I do have a Ronin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my favorite gangs are the Ronins.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
Yeah,
we'll
I
see.
love it. I'm excited to see. So I need to register before 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. for you, 1 p.m. for me. Right. Okay. I
Yeah.
shall do this. I shall do this tomorrow. I'll have to
See,
set a
just
reminder.
don't spill all the alpha away. Fine, Mo. Fine.
Okay.
I'll try not to.
Oh, let's just say hey to Acids down there and
Hey,
Captain
cool kids.
Crouton. Yeah. They're the guys, part of the FCW crew. Good to see everyone here.
That's you.
That's me. Yeah, that's me.
So how's it
Yes.
going? What are we doing?
So I thought I would reveal. So every month, what it's like every moon cycle, let's call it.
Mhm.
Every full moon, I do a new mystic moon, which becomes like the bonus airdrop. So if you mint 2 or more lunar witches, you get this NFT as a bonus. This full moon this week was called the pink moon. Last year, some of them have got multiple names. But the pink moon, the names were really, really odd. It was like the moon where the ice breaks and the river flow. It was like really lengthy. So I thought I'll stick with pink moon. I did pink moon last year. I'm going to do pink moon this year as well. But did a different character. So I was thinking, so really, it symbolizes like hope and embracing new beginnings. And so spiritually, it's all about a fresh start. Obviously, you're saying
Yeah.
goodbye to winter. ushering in the spring. And it's called Pink Moon because of a particular blossom that is supposed to be the first to bloom. It's called the phlox. So I was thinking last year I did like she was very floral. She had lots of little insects on her and stuff. She was really pretty. And I thought, what can I do as a different character? So, oh, hey, funny man. So I've been doing some Kokeshi dolls. I did a little Daruma doll. I'm kind of building this little universe of other characters that are kind of, I guess you'd call them like talismans or objects or dolls, that have got a lot of folklore attached to them. So I was thinking, I actually have one sat behind me somewhere. I was thinking about the Manaki cats. So I don't know whether you know what they are. They're like a little begging cat. A lot of people think they're Chinese, but they're actually, it seems to be that the folklore is Japanese. So I have done, I'm going to reveal now, this lovely little, here he goes. So it's called...
Oh, that's cool.
It's called Mochi. So there's a lot of symbolism in this. So I will explain it just so people understand. So obviously there's a lot of pink because it's the pink moon. But so first of all, the name... I'll not do the name last. I'll talk about the cat. So there's a lot of symbolism with the cat, depending on eyes open, eyes shut, which paw is raised, all that kind of thing. And the story that they say is the origin story. Essentially, a traveller was... oh, thank you, Acid. There was a traveller and he was resting outside a temple against a tree, and there was a little cat and it was begging him to come into the temple, and it was beckoning him. And as the gentleman walked into the temple, a lightning bolt struck the tree. So this cat had saved the life of this man, and he became a benefactor of the temple and gifted them money and like donations and stuff. So this is where it came from, this cat that offers protection and also good fortune, and quite often associated with wealth. You generally see them with little coins. Oh, we'd love to have you, Mason. So they normally like symbolize with little coins, but sometimes they can be shown with jewels and marbles and things like that. And everything, I'm going to have to like double check my facts here because there's a lot of lore around it. But generally, it's coins. But another thing, because obviously we're a lunar witch, rose quartz is a crystal that you would probably cleanse under the pink moon because it's all to do with love and passion and sort of hope. So I thought I'm going to have my little cat holding a rose quartz. I guess it's like a little necklace pendant. His eyes are open because if they're open, it's on about asking for good fortune in the far future, whereas closed means the near future. And right paw is up instead of left. Left is generally to do with like monetary wealth, whereas right is more kind of wisdom and kind of other richness from life, So that's where his little, and I've got to make him a bit creepy. He's got to have a skull. I mean, I put a skull on everything. So I was just like, there's no story for that, guys. That is literally just, well, we don't want him being too cute, do we? With a cute and creepy gang. And then bells, the bell is just like a signifier of like prosperity. And then the little bib that they wear offers protection for like evil spirits and stuff. So there's a lot. I thought a lot about this. He's got a lot of lore around him. Yeah. I'm calling him. I don't know why. And then particularly in terms of colours are really symbolic. So let me see if I can. So pink is to do with like, is for like love, sweet bloom. So I thought that fitted really well with the spring full moon. So it's it's asking to bring love into the life. So yeah, so I wrote him
the sicky guys here.
Yeah, we need to his sick notes. But
should be in bed.
He should. I mean, if he's well enough to sit and watch, he's probably well enough to join us, isn't he?
Probably in bed. I know, right? He should be
there. So yeah, that is the and mochi. I called him that because that's actually a really sticky sweet rice cake they eat in Japan. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it also spiritually represents, because it's like a little oval dome shaped sticky, quite often they're pastel coloured. They represent the moon, and I thought, oh, see, it's all. I'm just like, I've done so
How do
much
you
research.
find all this? Like, do you, how
I
long does it
told
take you
you,
to research this stuff?
last night I was in bed reading my iPad and I fell asleep, and I was woken up because my iPad fell on my face, and I was like, oh my god, it like really banged me in the nose. But yeah, I'm all about, I love storytelling, so yeah, I try, and I think it comes also from the first design studio I worked in as a freelancer, and they used to call it strategic design. So we were never allowed to create anything that didn't have a reason for being there. You know, it was never about just making pretty logo marks or like brochures. Everything had to be like, I mean, I literally would do something and it'd be like, why have you done that? It's not good enough. Do it again. You know, and that was that kind of studio. And I think I've just carried that through with everything. So I tend to do a lot of research. You know, I'll be on Pinterest, I'll be like Googling things, and like, yeah.
Oh, it's cool how you bring it to life, like how you read it and then you bring it to life like this. Like I saw, is this what you were drawing on X? You posted this, right?
Yeah, I
You were
posted
drawing
it just a little while ago. I could probably share the stream actually on my thing. I've probably got the whip. Let me.
I think I reposted it. It was pretty cool how to watch you actually doing it and bringing it to life. But it's even cooler the fact that you are doing all this research and then in your head you see the picture of it and then you draw it. You know, that's just
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of, I do like, I can't, I'm not the type of person who can draw from memory. Like I have to have like reference, and, you know, I'll have like a major like Pinterest board going on kind of, you know what I mean? I like, but I kind of make everything my own. And, I really quite like symmetry. So like my flowers and stuff, I could do them more natural, but I kind of like the sort of geometric shapes of them. I've really got into that style, and it feels kind of old school tattoo vibe when you do it that way as well. So let me see if I can share.
That's pretty cool. You know, it's funny because when I was drawing like the Unvoiced Echoes collection, it has to do with music. So I see what I was drawing through the music. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I normally have like something in my mind's eye that I'm trying to kind of create. And yeah. And it was funny because I had him with his eyes. I'm calling him a him. Even though he's pink, I feel like he's a boy. I had him with his eyes shut, and it was just a little bit too cute. So I liked the green eyes, just gave him a little bit of that edge that I think you expect from the cute and creepy guy illustrations. You know what I mean? They're not like, and the little fangs as well. So yeah, I think it must have been on Instagram you saw my whip, or TikTok. So I'm just posting it to X now so I can share on my screen. But yeah, I've written a lovely story to go with it as well, which will be in the metadata and like description. So essentially, Luna Witch feels she has an ache in her heart during springtime, because although she's wise and known far and wide, she gets lonely. The little manakee cat comes to her and says, as long as you keep me as your companion by your side, you'll never be alone. And he tells her of her future friends and joy that's going to fill her life and all that kind of stuff. So
that's so cool.
It's kind of sweet, the story I've written for her. So yeah.
How do I get this just for me? No, I'm kidding.
Just for you. Well, if no one else mints, that's it. But yeah, so to get him, you have to mint like 2 or more Luna Witches, and then you get that as a little airdrop. I'm probably going to do some t-shirts with him. I've done some really nice t-shirts with the Kokeshi dolls. They look amazing. They look really nice. I've booked a photographer for the 1st of May, and we're gonna do a proper nice photo shoot as well. So we'll get some lovely photography. So I'm excited for that too. So yeah.
Mason said this stream setup is awesome. That's right, Mason. It is. Thanks to the sticky guy, Kevin Levine over here, who's dying in bed.
He literally taught me everything. Oh, here we go. Let me see if I can share this on the share screen. So this is the little whip. There we go.
Yeah,
so yeah,
this is pretty cool. Are you using the split screen on UR? It seems like you are, right?
Yeah, so I sort of turn off the assisted drawing on and off. Like, so when I need like I wanted his face obviously super symmetrical. I have that on. And the colours are changing as I go. I change my mind like
Yeah.
about 5,000 times halfway. By
I've
the
tried
time
to
I'm
use
halfway
the
through.
split, but for some reason I just can't get it right. I don't know
It
why.
took me ages to get used to it. It took me ages to get used to drawing on iPad. I thought I would never, ever be able to draw on an iPad. When I first tried, I was like, what is this slippy nightmare of a thing? It's not,
Mhm.
because it hasn't got the grip that paper's got, like paper grips the end of your pencil or your pen. But I bought this really cool cover for the screen called Paper-like. If
Yeah, I
anybody,
do have that. I have the same one.
yeah, that's a game changer. That is, I
Yeah.
felt all of a sudden it did feel more like drawing on paper,
Yeah.
and I found it sort of brought it on a little bit further. So
So I change it I think every 6 months I change it because I
yeah,
draw a lot on the iPad. So
yeah, it gets a bit scratched up, doesn't
yeah.
it, and a bit like you said, a bit dirty and whatnot.
The
So
problem with it is that you're gonna have to change I don't know if you use the Apple Pencil to draw on the
yeah, I
iPad,
do.
but
Do you have to change the nib?
you have to change you have to change it at least a couple times throughout the year.
I've got quite a new pencil a minute. It's probably only a few months old. So
Yeah.
what, like every 6 months?
You'll know, you'll feel it because it'll drag the paint. So
Right.
as you're
Okay.
using it, you will know that something different is going on, and when you feel that, you'll know you have to change the tip.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
Shut up,
Yeah.
but Mo, be quiet, all right?
He
Go to
changes the
sleep.
pen 5 times a day.
I like
Can
to
you
draw,
imagine?
damn it.
That would be an expensive habit. It's the only reason I had to replace my Apple Pencil was because I upgraded my iPad and they neglected to tell you that the old Apple Pencil doesn't connect with a new one. And I was like, oh, great. So that's yeah, it is a game changer. It is
It
paper.
is, yeah.
Yeah, it is. So I had to buy a new Apple pencil as well. They love to do that to you, Apple, don't they?
I have
Like
3 of them,
make things not they don't
and I
work,
charge them all at the same time just so I don't miss something while I'm drawing. It's a little
Uh, the
selfish.
o- the only the only thing that my dog Sansa, she's 4 now, but when she was a puppy, the only thing she ever destroyed was an Apple pencil. I was like, well, may as well make it something really expensive. I'd left it on the arm of the chair, and she was like, "Oh, that's an interesting stick." And she like she chomped it. There was just like microchips and bits of plastic everywhere.
That's funny.
So yeah,
I was
yeah,
watching this
she's
video
mad.
yesterday on Instagram of like why are artists late all the time, right? So it was like this dude painting this painting and getting dressed at the same time, and as he's walking out, he's like, I need to go back and paint something else. And every time he tried to walk out the door, he just needed to go back because there was something that he needed to paint on the canvas. It was so funny, and I'm like, that's totally me right there.
I know I'm late all the time because I'm always just I just want to finish this little bit before I go somewhere. So rubber case for my Apple pencil makes it thick. Oh, okay, that's a good shout.
I tried the rubber thing. I didn't. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Okay.
Some people like it on the tip, like around the tip.
Yeah, I guess like you get
Yeah.
those biros, don't you, that have got like the little rubber holder.
Yeah, it bothered
Yeah,
me a little bit, so I had to take it off.
yeah. I used to use markers a lot, so I am used to like a chunkier kind of pencil feel. I
Mhm.
used to use like pro markers. I've actually just bought some lovely Poscas, which I haven't used yet. I was thinking I might do a little physical something and do it as a giveaway for holders or,
Yeah.
I'm deciding what, yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that. The last week I bought a whole set of pastels. I
Oh,
want to
nice.
see. Yeah, I used to draw a lot on pastels, like on actual canvas. So I'm gonna try to do that again. See
That was
how I
always my
still got it.
favorite medium. It's so free and kind of
Mhm.
like, oh, soft. Yeah, I really enjoy that. But obviously, this style is like really suits like just like bold markers and stuff, mixed with a bit of colored pencil. It's kind of does the trick for
Hmm.
sure.
I gotta try
Also,
color pencils. I haven't done that in a long time.
yeah, those I think they're ones I've got. I think they're Prism or something like that, and the color is so bright. If you buy the really expensive, chunky
Mhm.
box of them, you've got like every color and you could ever imagine. They blend beautifully. I'll double check and let you know what ones I bought, but they're really nice.
We
But
got a
yeah,
lot of artists watching.
I love that. Oh,
That's
that's
great.
Danny. Yeah, I was. I want to try a few things. I'd really like to put like one of my witches on a skateboard deck. I don't know, I've got that in my head.
Really?
And yeah, I just think I look at Jay snowboards and surfs, and I look at these like cool pieces of art and on the boards
On
and
the
stuff.
boards? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to do something like that. So maybe that's a Posca marker job, I reckon. For sure.
do it.
I'm giving myself more stuff to do.
You could definitely do it.
I know. I'm
Imagine
like,
a whole board with the little lunar witches on them. That would be so cool.
great. Or like one of the, I think the Kokeshi dolls would lend themselves really well to that as well. Yes, to Skate Witch. Love it. But yeah, so I thought it might be good, as we had Steve on last week and he was talking about being a sketch artist for like Garbage Pail Kids and Tops Cards and V Friends. I thought I might talk a little bit about our trading card game that I'm working on, if that's okay.
Steve is here. So reach out to Okina.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Steve too.
So this is just a little slideshow of some of the cards, and then I'll talk through the different ones. So yeah, this is quite a big job. I didn't realize how much thought would take for this, because I decided rather than it just being like a trading card where you collect a number, I wanted to make it playable in some way, that, you know, there's scoring cards and all sorts of stuff. And so I did a lot when we minted. It's a generative collection, so obviously we assigned percentages to each of the traits for like rarity and all that kind of thing. So I've been through like this giant spreadsheet of like all these numbers, and thank you, Acid, all these numbers, and gone in terms of like how many witches or particular traits of that collection. So for example, how many cats there are in the collection, how many owls, all that kind of thing. And then I've assigned scores to them. So you get your overriding power number. But then I thought it'd be quite cool if you sort of mix that up with maybe like hex cards as well. So like this is just like a basic normal Coven. So she's the first score is the Coven score. The second score is like the Grand Witch status. So that would go for things like your mythicals, the one of ones in the collection, and the mystic moons, they would score highest. And then we've got like an enchantment score, a spell casting score, and magic numbers. So I've done this little slide here. I'm very prepped today, just saying. So yeah, so that's kind of, so I was thinking out of the Covens would score like out of 130. So I was thinking lower area on the back looks perfect spot for you to sign them. Acid, that's exactly what that area is for. I was going to sign and date them. I was going to do.
He's getting ahead of the game.
I know, like you're kind of killing me now. No, yeah, so they're the Covens. So we've got like the Diablerie, the Mythicals, the Mystic Moon Coven. Then there's the Celestial Bodies, the Dark Arts, Lunar Nature, Nocturnal Creatures. So they're all scored out of 130. And then the Grand Witch status, then you've got like, so Diablerie is the one of one in the collection that is worth the bounty of 1.6 ETH. Yes, you are a genius, Acid. So that one is like the one of one that's worth the big bounty. And then you've got Grimalkin, which is another witch that comes beneath that, and that's worth 0.6 ETH as well. And then you've got the other mythicals, which are worth the same. So I figured they would be the top scoring because there's only one of each of those in the collection. And then the mystic moons that I've created all have significant, whether they're like a full moon from like the lunar eclipse, or they're a super moon or a micro moon, all that kind of stuff. So they've all got scores. Then I thought out of the main sort of the normal Covens, there's like the rarest witches are the ones with the demon eyes, or they've got like a mask. So so that's how I scored those. Sorry, this is probably well complicated now for people. And then spell casting again is just split. That's all the tummy traits. So the crystals, the black cat, the mushrooms, all that kind of thing. But it's like literally it correlates exactly with how many of each are in the collection.
Uh-huh.
And then the enchantment are all like the special little things, like when you've got the halos and the like glows around the witches and stuff. And then also there's a magic number trait. So some of them have got like things that signify 5 or 7 or 8 or 9 or whatever, and these are all the power numbers. And the repeating numbers are significant. So like they call them angel numbers, where they have like there's like spiritual meaning behind them and stuff. So it's very similar to the Princess Revlan's battle for Miguel for money. Love it.
Hate him so much.
So that's basically the scoring system. So it all makes sense to kind of the collection itself. I've tried to kind of keep it. Please don't apologise for that. That's why we keep collecting. Thank you, Acid. Sorry, I've got terrible hay fever. So yeah, that's an example of like a mystic moon. I was thinking there'd only be like a limited number of those printed, and then probably I'd do some rare ones where maybe they've got a silver foil. Sorry. Silver foil or like a holographic finish or something. So they would be like super collectible. And then we've got like Coven Clash cards. So these are like, if you pull one of these, it like puts a hex on the other player somehow, like it steals some points, or you gain some points, or they have to skip around. Which I kind of like the idea of that. I kind of thought it kind of adds another level to it, but it's a lot of thinking. Like it's sort of nearly there, I think, but probably needs ironing out a bit. And I don't know how to pick witches from the collection. I didn't know whether to put it out there to the community if they've got a witch they want included, or, you know, if they've got a favourite one that they've collected that they'd like to see in the pack. Because, you know, we'll probably do them in waves, you know. Whether that's a covenant, or, you know.
I'd be interested to know how you are going to distribute these. You know, also not only that, like, yeah, how long has it taken you for you to like really think about this entire process of making this cards? Like, it must have taken you a long time.
It has. To be honest, before we even started when I started drawing the collection, I was thinking like straight away, like, ooh, I'm going to organize these into covens. And then that led me on to, this would make a really cool card game. Like, I think they're quite because for me, NFTs and trading cards, they're like, they're parallel to each other. They're hand in hand, you know. So it kind of made sense to kind of create something physical from the collection that may be able to reach people outside of people who've minted, you know, who knows. But yeah, it's taken me a long time, because first of all, I was just thinking, they'd just be numbered cards with special finishes and, you know, like a Garbage Pail Kid or something like that, where it's not a game as such. And then I thought, actually, wouldn't it be cool if you could play this, you know? So,
probably is.
Pretty and unconscious, probably dream about this shit. So, and then I thought it was nice with the Mystic Moons, because they could become the super rare ones that kind of, you know, maybe we only get 6 of those printed, and like, you know, if you find one out of how many, you know, that's like a major collectible card. And I did leave that little gap, especially because I thought, you know, if I could hand sign them, that would be, depending on how many we do, obviously, because that might be like 10.
What if you do like 1 million of them? You're gonna have to sign 1 million cards.
I thought initially, if it was like a very small run that was for holders only, that would be like a really nice touch that it was hand signed. But maybe I'll have to rethink that. I'm not sure. So that might be too much, even for me. So yeah, I am. So if anyone's got any thoughts at all on like any sort of gameplay, that would be really cool. But
don't get me started on this.
I know your brain would love this, because yes, I just love the idea of having the hex cards as well, that can kind of steal stuff or freeze your opponent or whatever, you know. So
Mo said, I hope you sell so many you can't hand sign.
Yeah, I hope to. That would be amazing. So yeah, I haven't worked out exactly how they're going to be distributed. I kind of feel like
So everywhere.
I want it to be for holders only initially.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe you can do. We'll talk off air. I'll give you some advice. You all right over there?
Oh, I am sorry.
Is Kevin getting to you? Is that what's
No,
happening?
I think it's the tree pollen is so high at the
Kevin.
moment. I am
That's what I think.
I want to
Kevin is
claw
a
my
huge
own eyes
problem.
out. I want to claw my own
Kevin.
eyes out, and I'm like scratching my throat constantly. It's really embarrassing. Sorry.
Somehow I just know it's Kevin. This is his fault.
He's past it. He's like hexed me with his COVID.
See,
So
even Mo said it. I feel Kevin's here
yeah, for
also.
sure.
It's him. I know it's him.
It is definitely him.
Getting
But,
everybody sick. You're not
everyone's
coming to my house, Kevin. Ever.
oh my god. So yeah, so that's where I'm sort of up to with it. It's
Yeah,
kind of
that's really cool. I mean, you have to really it's a very thought out process that you have here, right? So you want to make it super special. So you have to like really think how you want to distribute these because
yeah, that is the sticking point is like
yeah.
production for me is the production. And like I say, I would really love it if say you've got 13 of one card, pox on both your Coven. It's definitely what you're doing. It'd be really cool if there was like ones with special finishes. That's normally the thing with trading cards, isn't it? If you get a holographic one or one with a particular back that's different, or so yeah. So I need to find some distributors and printers and find out some costs.
Yeah.
You know, because it's probably going to be more cost effective to do more than it is less. Generally, that's the case with this sort of thing. I need to think about card stocks and like card weights and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
It's like the toys that we're making too. Like I don't know
oh,
how
really?
you didn't know about the toys? Did I
I
not tell
did
you?
not know about the toys. Oh my
Oh,
god!
oops.
Tell us more.
I posted it. Yeah, I'm making toys.
Oh, that's
So
so
they went
cool.
off for production already. But I'm only making a certain amount first to figure out how I'm going to distribute them. But they look really cool. Like
Awesome.
they're really, really cool actually. So
That is really cool.
I
I
can't
love
wait to get them.
when's Kevin back soon?
Hans
Brilliant.
is in the building.
Yes.
Shout out to Hans.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I love anything like bringing those characters to life is just
Yeah.
so cool. It,
Yeah, it took a while because I had to get someone who knows how to do 3D rendering. So you find someone who does 3D rendering. After you find someone who does 3D rendering, then you want to do it, as you want to get it as close as possible to what you like and what
yeah.
the character you how you picture your character. And then from there you have to figure out the size. You have to convert everything into a file. You have to send it to the manufacturer. It's a whole long process. Like
Yeah.
it's time. And
Yeah.
to make the toy itself, it takes 2 to 3 months. So I won't even have it until,
No.
a couple months from now.
It's the same when I do pins that the production time's really like quite a long process. It's like really frustrating, but it's nice. I've got like a whole batch of new designs coming really soon. But yeah, that's a whole thing where I have my design and I have to stylize it specially for like the pin molds and then pick the Pantone colors and then they go to the factory and they'll make one and send me that and I check it and then say, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
It's but it's always nice because the quality is amazing when it takes time like that.
Yeah. The thing too was that I wanted the quality to be good. And obviously toys you could pick like there's this whole like there's like a million things you could pick from to make them. Like you can make them so that they move, so that they're still, for me I picked just the steel basic stuff first, vinyl,
Yeah.
right? And just to see how kind of like the pudgy penguins behind me. I don't know if you can see them, but
Yeah. Okay. So what are they made out of? They like
vinyl.
vinyl.
Mhm.
Okay. That's
So
cool.
we'll see what they look like when they get here. Hopefully they look exactly like the picture.
So they create molds of them. Is that what?
They
How is
create
that? How
molds
they
of them. Yeah.
create molds?
I actually don't know how they do them. I don't know if it's 3D printing or if it's like just plain molds that they're doing from what do you call that? The not the vinyl, the oh my god, I'm drawing a blank here. But when you mold it and you put the thing in there and that you have to take it out, paint it and all that stuff, whether I suppose that with 3D printing it's already color, it comes out color.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're gonna do it, but hopefully it comes out cool and it comes out the way that I want it. I order a lot, so hopefully they're good.
That's really cool.
There's three different. What I did was I did three different kinds, right? Like three different ones, and then we'll see how they come out. But it'll be cool to like see the one with the mask. I didn't do that one, so it'll be. And then like when I was telling the guys on Discord, the core group, which ones I sent out, they were all like, "Oh, you should have done the mask. You should have done the ninja. This. You should have done the one with the samurai." I'm like, guys, like,
come on, slow down.
we got to see how they look first.
One thing at a time. Oh my goodness.
One thing at a time.
That's exciting. When do you think you'll get those?
It literally just went to production like a week ago. So 2-3 months from now, maybe.
That's so exciting.
Faster.
See those. And what will they be like, selling to anyone, or is it a holder only? Or?
I don't know yet. that was the whole point I was getting to. I don't know yet what I want to do with them. First, I want to make sure they look good.
Yeah.
And if they're up to my standards, then I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll give them to holders. Maybe we'll raffle them. Maybe we'll sell them. I don't know yet.
Yeah, that's a really cool thing.
They're 6 inches.
Well, that's quite a good size then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those pudgies look really cool behind you.
Yeah, these are about 6 inches too. Little taller with the hat, but
yeah, they're wicked.
Yeah, I love these.
Yeah, they're awesome. Oh wow, gosh, I can feel a Lunar Witch.
You have the little ones here too. These are little pudgies.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Can you imagine seeing those on the shelves somewhere? It's like, how do you feel about that? Would you rather be like more like sort of underground, if you know, or would you like to see them like really mainstream? How would you feel about that?
It'll be cool to see a mainstream, yeah. Like imagine selling them like the pudgies in a Walmart or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all negotiations. I'm sure you could go to like a big box store and contact the buyer and try to make some negotiations and see if you can get it on there. But that takes also a lot of money to do. So
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. Because even the amount that I got is not an astronomical amount, and it was expensive. Like.
And do they come packaged? Like, have you got, is that something separate again? You've got to design a box
separate.
Or like,
that's all separate. Which I decided to do myself in house.
Yeah. Well, you've got the skills to do that, so
Yeah. The other thing too, I was thinking the other day, I was talking to Kevin about it. Why don't I just buy like a 3D printer and just do mock-ups myself here?
Yeah. I tell you who to speak to in the FCW crew is Wick. Wick, he is doing really cool 3D models of his Wick and printing them. So he's got these little 3D Wicks that he's doing that eventually he's going to roll out to holders, which is really cool. And they look really good. I'll play some more around the house. You're like hiding them. Like, oh look, there's another rebel.
Yeah, so I'm definitely thinking about getting a 3D printer. Like I haven't been able to sleep and Kevin will tell you this, that because I've been texting him for the past week, annoying him about it. I have not been able to sleep thinking about 3D printing. So I've been researching everything humanly possible about 3D printing.
Yeah.
I'm like a sponge right now of 3D printing.
Like me with Japanese hats.
I'm trying to figure out which one's the best printer, who does what do I need to put on it, like, how big is it, what can I do with it?
Yeah, I imagine they're quite beastly machines. I imagine they're pretty big.
They're actually not. They're actually pretty small, actually, believe it or not.
God, I was thinking you'd need a room.
No. They're actually really small. Like they're not big at all.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I'm excited to see those. It's I love it when projects are taking characters and their worlds and like pushing the boundaries and taking them to IRL. It's really cool.
I'm going to push the boundaries till I can no more.
Yeah, you've got to. Otherwise, like, I think that's the nature of anyone who's got a creative brain, though, right? I feel like we never settle. Like, as soon as
I'm never satisfied.
no, that's how I feel. I'm always like, oh, what can I do next? And
Mhm.
you know, sensible people say to me, well, why don't you just concentrate on one thing? And you're like, no, I can't. I got like too many ideas. So it, like, I think that's the biggest challenge is focusing in, isn't it? And kind of going, right, this is what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But
Today I posted a picture of a rebel's back looking towards the dojo, but I don't think anybody saw it. And it's supposed to be a hint at something. But nobody saw it.
The algorithm today was ridiculous. Like, no, I don't think anyone was seeing anything.
The algorithm is crazy today.
It was really bad. I was like, nobody said GM to me this morning. Where's everyone?
Algorithm sucks today. Elon, you need to fix the thing.
I don't know what was going on. Maybe everyone was just super busy. Perhaps it was like a typical Wednesday, hump day, busy. We've got a short week this week, so I've got Friday.
He better get well soon, Hans, because we got a battle tomorrow. He better be ready for tomorrow.
I need to remember that. I need to put a reminder on my phone. Yeah,
this is true, DJP.
Yeah, it is true for sure. I think
I wake up and I'm thinking on what I'm doing.
Yeah, I go to bed thinking about it. Yeah, I was thinking about my trading cards in bed last night, thinking, oh, how can I show those to everyone? I was like, well, what if I can get a mock-up so I can share them nicely with people so they look real, you know? It's like, and then the iPad fell on my face and I woke up.
That happens. Yeah. It happens a lot, actually.
I'm always there. Like, I literally fall asleep with that glued to my face, either on Pinterest or like, you know, whatever.
I'm falling asleep with the pencil on me like this.
Yeah, holding it. Yeah.
Just holding it, yeah.
Just holding the pencil.
My pencil.
Like Gollum. My precious. Yeah. It's funny. Oh my goodness. But yeah. But we've had some good mints this week already. We're only Wednesday. Let me see if I can share some of the nice ones we've had. Here we go. Let me find my share screen. There it is. So we need to scoot down to the bottom. But yeah, we've it's been nice. We've had some new members in the Cute and Creepy gang, which is always exciting. It's so nice when new people like you connect with, and so yeah, we had some of these lovely ones here. I particularly like this one.
Oh, that's nice.
It's very bling. So yeah, I've actually got pins made. I'll show you actually of the bat. So I'm going to do these as giveaways soon as well. So I don't know if you can see that clearly.
Oh yeah.
So he looks really cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we have bracelets, we have t-shirts, we have stickers, we have candles, even though Kevin hates the candles, but I love the candles.
I'm all about the candles. Me and Captain Pouton are going to do a candle together because
we have Rebel Lance candles. We have a lot of them actually. We have a ton of stuff. We just haven't done really anything with it. So
yeah, I would do loads of pins anyway. So we've got. I can never. There we go.
You can see this.
Black. You won't be able to see this. Never ever get the middle of the camera right. There we go.
So like, I'm wearing an Apple Watch, right? So my Apple Watch actually has engraved Rebel Ants on the band.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I do wear all my NFTs on my watch when I've got it on. I literally, if I've got like NFTs that I love, they become my screen face. So every time I look at the time, there's a different NFT on there. Like, oh, there's a Rebel Ant. Oh, there's a Trippy Ape. So like literally, I love that. But yeah, it's good. I love pins. I'm obsessed with pins. That's my thing. But yeah, there's some really, really nice ones came out this week.
So when do you think the cards will probably be ready?
I don't know. I was hoping sort of this early this half of the year, if I can. Once I've kind of nailed down the amount and like kind of, I feel like the rules work, and I suppose I just need to like get somebody to like check that they make sense. I guess I'd have to put a little card, like a rule card in there, like how the scoring works, what each of the icons represent, you know, spell casting or enchantment, etc.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's pretty much there. I think really I just need to start sourcing like who can make them for me, what the costs are, like whether I can release them in waves, and like
Is it
how
something
many
you,
at a time.
how hard would it be for you to make them yourself?
I don't know. I like, you could get them digital. Like I was thinking about this because probably if you go to a trading card company, I'm
Uh-huh.
guessing there would be quite large costs involved. You know what I mean? I
Uh-huh.
feel like, but some of the companies that I use that do like quite thick cards and they put like a lovely soft touch laminate on there that gives them that lovely kind of soft touch on the one side and
Mhm.
like uncoated on the other. You could, because it's digital, you could add you could have like 6 cards, and you out of one you could make one gold foil or silver foil or whatever, and it wouldn't, I don't think it'd be too crazy. But yeah, I don't know, I just want the quality to be really, really good. I could probably test batch print a load like
Uh-huh.
digitally and like go, okay, here's a set, how does it work, before I got them produced like on any sort of scale.
I mean, I'm
um,
assuming that whoever you go to will give you like samples first.
Well, you would pay for like, they call them wet proofs. So
Uh-huh.
that's essentially like an actual print, you know, rather than just a digital. Here's a PDF, check it, that is print, because I would not be comfortable with that. But yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good if you could get like a sample set printed. And I need to work out how many we're going to launch. Like how many is in a normal trading card set? Is it that we do the same, or is it your crafting room is so awesome? Thank you. It's a bit of a mess, actually. I can see behind me. I was doing a load packing orders earlier, and I can see bits of paper flying around everywhere. So, I was
You know,
busy
I
this
clean,
morning.
like I fix the studio every time we have a stream right after Kevin finishes. Like after we go off stream, I'm always like cleaning up, making sure everything is straight, all the cables are good. And Kevin's like, I gotta go, I gotta get my laptop, I gotta get this, and he just walks out.
No, I'm going to paint, so the wall, like this side, I'm going to paint it, because we're still renovating our house. We live in a really old Victorian
Mhm.
terrace, and we've gutted a lot of it, and it's still a work in progress. But I want to get a big neon sign. So I was thinking one of my skulls, like in acrylic with like a neon light around the outer edge, would be like really cool as a backdrop,
That would be
or
cool.
like on a dark wall. So that's my plan. So my plan this week, I've got Friday off, so I'm going to go and get some paint samples. So you never know. Next Wednesday, it might look very different.
You might have
But
a neon in the back.
have a neon Vicki Licious sign in the back. But but yeah. So yeah, that's the main thing is I need to think how many is going to be in a set. Is there a limit, or is it that
Oh,
we release in like waves of covens, or is it a mix, or is it, you know what I mean? I don't know.
yeah.
I haven't. That's the bit that I can't decide on. The designing it and the gameplay and all that kind of was quite the fun bit. So like
Mhm.
now I'm like, oh no, I need to be practical. So
You ever seen
yeah,
in our studio when we have the view that you can see both of us on screen?
yes,
And in the background we have that big screen back there.
yeah.
That screen is supposed to be a token frame, which we're supposed to be for like NFTs only.
Ah, okay.
So the company went bankrupt, and then
Oh,
you you couldn't really show your NFTs anymore because they didn't have any money to pay their servers. So what I
oh,
did was I
right.
jailbroke it. I hacked it, and now I can put whatever I want in it.
Oh, that's
NFTs
really
on
cool.
loops. I could put whatever. It's actually I think I did a better job than than what they had.
That's really cool. I
I know
love
it's
that.
actually pretty cool.
But yeah, see how that that one has got that. Like, can you imagine if that was printed on acrylic and then had an actual neon light
Yeah, yeah.
around that edge? That's what I've got in my head would be like really, really cool
Do
on a
it.
wall.
Just do it.
I'm going to. I think there's some really cool, like,
Don't even think about it anymore. Just do it.
on Etsy. I think there's some nice sort of shops that do stuff like that on Etsy, like custom.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a few of these blings on. I think like that one there, big on the wall, neon around it, be awesome.
And then you paint the wall same color.
Oh, can you imagine? Like, oh god, where do I get gradient paint from? Be like,
Cool.
send some poor unsuspecting fool to the shop for that.
So what? Since we're talking about everything here,
I know it's random, but I think that's
what other NFTs are you into lately? Anything good out there?
what did I? Oh, I did get one of those dolls on Ape.
Mm-hmm.
They were really nice. I wonder if I can find that in my wallet. Hang on. That was really nice. I liked that a lot. They were really cool. I know I posted about that somewhere. I'm probably not going to be able to find it now and talk. So that was cool. I really liked that. I got some the FUs as well. They were cool.
You got more FUs?
I think I had 2 airdrops and I bought 2. I'm trying to think what else I did buy recently. Oh, I did pick up a genuinely undead, like an OG, like a few weeks back as well, because Hans had kindly gifted me one and I felt I needed to buy one as well because it was really cool. Don't do neon, but do the acrylic and put an LED light. Okay, that's a good shout.
Oh yeah, it's a good idea. Mo always has the good ideas.
Yeah. Illuminate from all from behind. So I recently did some really cool print, like a branded interior for one of my clients, and we did these acrylic prints and like lit them, and they look awesome in their meeting rooms. They look really cool. But yeah, what about you? What have you picked up recently? Anything interesting?
What did I buy? I bought a couple more Zards the other day. On Ape. Like I've been buying a lot of Ape lately.
Yeah, I've bought a few bits. Oh, Acid reminded me, I bought one of his mutoids. They're absolutely amazing. Acid does really cool art. Sorry, Acid, I forgot. I picked up a Wick as well. Wick does cool stuff too, and some stuff from Mukaswaka.
I have to pick up some of those too. I just haven't had time. But like a couple of days ago, I picked up a couple of Zards on Ape. I thought they were pretty cool. I do want to pick up some more GUs, like now before ETH goes up again.
Yeah, because ETH is low. That's why I picked one up, because they were out of my price bracket a couple of months ago. And then I was like, oh, actually now I had like a little bit in a wallet and I was like, okay, let's do this. I couldn't resist.
I have I have a lot of GUs, but I'm going after trades.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah, so I want to go.
You know something that the rest of us don't? Is this? You got inside information there?
No. It's just it's the same thing I did with chumps. Like I love the rice hat. Like yeah,
that is cool.
Yeah, so I've been collecting those. Like every time I see them on for sale, I usually go and like snipe it and get it.
Oh, do you? I really like the I don't know what it's called, but I've got one with the grey jumper with the holes in, and it's kind of like, I love that. I don't know why. It's like really plain, but it's just got an edge, especially when you got that pop-in blue background, you know?
And then I have this, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I could move the camera up a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, so you see this guy?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so those little screens there, they're made for pixelated art.
That's really
cool. GUs look like perfect.
Where did you get that from? That is that.
I'm like obsessed with it now. So now I need to get like, I think I'm gonna sweep GUs after this. That's probably what's gonna happen.
Hey, look, so can you imagine filling a studio wall with those guys?
Yeah, those are really cool. Those are really, really cool. Like it's perfect for GU art.
It is. I'll see if I can show you the one.
They're called twinkly lights. Twinkly light box.
Twinkly light box. I like that.
Yeah, that's what they're called. But the company Twinkly makes they make a lot of different kind of like lights and stuff like that for like Christmas. Really cool stuff that you can scan with like your phone, and you can control every single bulb on it. Like I have them. I have them for my house.
That's so cool. Oh, I'm going to share my GU that I picked up. It's absolutely, it is so like, it pops. It's the color. I just had
Oh
to,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like,
Okay.
it was the color. It was a really cool one. He doesn't
Yeah,
have
that
his
one's really cool.
partnered, other one, full bodied one, but
Yeah. I wonder if Mason's still in the crowd listening because he would love this.
yeah, they're just really cool. I think for like it was the first pixelated art that I really was like, oh my god, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, the colors there really pop.
Yeah, it was the lime green and that pink. I was like, oh my god, I gotta have it.
Yeah, I really like that. It's just they're so well the pixels are so well distributed that
That's
it
what it
doesn't take
is.
away from the image.
No,
Like
yeah,
it's so good.
compared to a lot of pixel art, is like
Mhm.
super well executed.
Yeah,
I'm
it
really
is so good.
obsessed with like in my mind, I want to do a cute and
And look,
creepy gang version.
even from far away, you can just tell how good it looks there.
Yeah, yeah, they
It
are
just
cool.
looks great.
That hat trait is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to do cute and creepy gang version of one of the GUs. I've got it in my head that I want to do.
Yeah, so on the new collection for the one that I'm doing for Ape Chain,
Yes.
um, there is gonna be one there that's gonna be a tribute to GU.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it could be like a Mystic Moon 1 month or something. I don't know, like somehow do like I don't know how I'd what like get that in, but
Mhm.
I actually did a collab. I'm see if I can find it now. With oh god, I'm scrolling back through my stuff to see if I can find it. So I did I was asked to do a 1 of 1 for the Absurd Apes. Do you know those guys?
Mm-mm. No.
So let me share this then. So I did this this was fun to do.
Oh,
So
yeah. Those are
so
cool.
so yeah, you had to use their sort of like general sort of ape shape, but I changed up the hair and the kind of the made it like it's a lot more like vector what their
Yeah.
art looks like.
These are
So
really cool.
so I had like first of all I was really stressed because like I made mint apes, but I'm like
Oh,
apes
look at
not
his
my
little logo on
good
the
to
back.
draw. So I thought, well, we got to get the cute and creepy gang logo
I
in there.
know, I see it there.
So and I was really excited because what they do is they get guest artists to do a 1 of 1 and they do raffle tickets to win it.
Yeah.
And they had the most raffle tickets ever sold for any giveaway when I did this. So I was like buzzing. I thought that is so cool. People wanted it so bad.
Yeah, that is really cool.
So yeah, and Captain Futon who won it, and I was really chuffed because he's a cute and creepy gang holder and
Mhm.
he's part of the FCW. So I was really chuffed he won that.
Oh my god, I would put you know where I would put this? On a canvas with neon paint.
Oh yes, Acid's the king of doing
That would look so
black
good.
light and neon stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really cool. And I've got a collab coming up with Acid. Actually, he's doing like a Dawn of Acid collection, and I've done a piece for that. But it is really, I think people are going to be super surprised when they see it. It is nothing like, it's very different for me. It's really quite dark, like dark. There's nothing cute about it. It's like full on because it's inspired by sort of 80s horror is the kind of theme. So
Mhm.
70s and 80s horror. So yeah, it
You know what
is.
I did buy recently? A mutant ape.
Oh, did you?
I
Oh my
did, yeah. I posted it, last week, I think it was. That was
god.
I
No,
think that
I
was the
didn't
last
know that.
NFT I bought. It was a mutant ape. I actually wanted to sweep something, and I was browsing through Magic Eden, and then I came across, mutant apes, and then I was like, "Ah, it's so cheap right now with ETH. Let me ju let me just get one."
Like this. Sorry.
I had to get one. But, he looks really cool. I think I posted it a couple times, but yeah. Somebody was asking me in the DMs, like a couple people were like, "Are you gonna use it as your PFP?" I'm like, "No, no,
No.
I don't do that."
So, yeah, it's a funny one, that, isn't it? I always like to be. I feel like because I'm a founder, it should be my project that is my
Mm.
PFP. And I know a lot of people switch it up and stuff, and that's totally
I've
fine.
switched it.
But I kind of stick to that.
Yeah. I've switched it in support for other projects and stuff like that. Like, I've switched it a
Yeah.
couple times back and forth, but the one that I have now, I really like
I love that
from the
one
new
with
collection.
the side profile. That
Yeah.
one, yeah,
That's all, Kevin. That's it. That's permanent.
that's your forever PFP.
It's a permanent one because Kevin's always like, "You're always changing it." Blah blah blah.
It's funny. Someone was chatting to me in DMs, and in the time that we're chatting, they've changed their PFP 3 times. I'm like, oh my god, what is happening? Who am I talking to?
Yeah. You know what? The PFP that I have now, I just feel like it's, I don't know. I feel it more. You know, when you feel the art more, and you're like,
Yeah,
that's it. That's the one. That's
yeah,
it. And that's how I felt. So I kept it.
yeah. And I think people do look for you in spaces,
Yeah,
and
they do. Yeah.
they do spot you more if you keep the same
Mhm.
one, for
Yeah.
sure. I lose people if I'm like, when they change up too frequently. I'm like, oh, because you can't always read people's handles if it's not short, you
Yeah.
know. So I tend to keep the same one. Now and then, like you say, I'll switch it, but very rare.
Yeah, I gotta keep it. You know, I don't want to brag, but I'm very popular now. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm so popular now. I did change it.
Nobody knows Kevin though. Nobody.
No one knows. Well, I think people think I make Fraser up. They think he's a figment of my imagination because he's so busy. He now and then comes
I hope
into
he gets
a
better.
space. Like, where is this Fraser you talk about? He's AI, really. He's a bot. But yeah, no, I'm gonna try and get him on one night. I mean, I think that will take a lot of like manipulation. But if
I
he
asked
really
him today. I was like, "Do you want to be on the show today?" To Kevin, and he was like, "I'm dying in bed."
oh
All right, fine.
yeah, I'd love it if Fraser came on, but I'm not sure whether he would. It's hard to get him on a space, never mind. But yeah, it's
Just
cool.
bribe him. You'll get him.
I don't know what I can bribe him with though. He's richer than I am. Definitely can't bribe him with money. But yeah, maybe some
I'll
free
bribe him
merch.
for you then.
Maybe some free merch. Like, he's got stuff here that I'm like keeping now. Like, he won something off NF Creeps, like a custom. It's just on my shelf now. I'm like, yeah, I've got that now. It's not, you won't be getting that.
It's funny.
But yeah, it's good. But yeah.
All right, so we have 211 people watching.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Last week we were like, we've had good numbers both weeks, haven't we? I think, considering we're brand new, or I'm brand new.
We had 300. What was it? 311, something like that.
330 maybe, and then 210 the week before, I think, something like that. I don't know. Eventually we'll lose count because there'll be so many people. Be like,
how do you feel about that?
do you know what? If 10 people were watching, I'd be pleased, because I think I get told off a lot by my buddies, like, oh, hello Wick, like Wick and Acid, for like apologizing for talking about my art and stuff. I'm almost apologetic, like,
yeah,
I'd be like, oh, I feel silly saying this, or I'm probably boring you, and they're like, no, everyone's interested. And I think that's an artist thing, isn't it, where you think you're in your head a lot, aren't you? So vocalize that process, it's so personal, like the level of thought that went into that cat, and the amount of research I do. I think, oh, does people think that's just a bit crazy, or like not in, do you know what I mean?
I think that's great, and it's better when you talk about it because it's more appreciated. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
learning what's behind the art. It's something that I love always doing.
Yeah.
And I think that people out there, I hope to think that people out there like that stuff and they resonate more with the art that way.
Yeah, because I think it's like I say, it's something that I think I've brought from my professional life, really, with design. Like, the big thing when you create a new brand for someone, like I say, we were always taught to be strategic and create a story. around it, and people buy into it so much more. Like if you've created a brand and you're like, well, I've used this because this reflects that and this mirrors this, and you told me this was your influence, so then I've brought people like buy into, because a lot of people aren't visual and sometimes they don't know why they like or dislike something. So if you can explain the process, the thinking, sometimes, especially with like working commercially with brand, you might not necessarily love something, but it is absolutely the right thing for that business. You know what I mean? Like sometimes my least favorite creations are actually probably the most right creations, in terms of they're right for that market, they're right for that business. So I think I probably apply that a lot to my creations for the Cute and Creepy Gang as well, where I'm like always thinking, is this character right for us? Is it, I'm thinking like that. And then I'm like, what's the story and what's the influence, so I kind of apply it to everything.
Storytelling.
Yeah. Story. You've got to tell a story. Do you think?
I know. So what do you mean if I think?
I'm like,
I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah.
I know for a fact you're very good at it. Yes. And I think you should continue to do it. I think it's great because it helps me resonate with the artwork.
Yeah. And I'd love to do like almost like put like when you've got, because I'll have like, I guess 24 Mystic Moons in 2 year, when over a 2 year period. Can you imagine pulling all those with their own story into a little book even,
Yeah.
Would be kind of cool.
The cool thing is that this, even though it seems or it sounds like it's a lot, I think it's something that will eventually keep you busy and working and people entertained at the same time.
Yeah.
Right. Because people will be waiting for that story. Like, what is the story for this? And not only that, that usually evolves into something else. Storytelling usually evolves into a lot more.
Yeah. See, I love going back to GU. I can't remember his name, who's creating all those comics. Saigon, that's it.
Yeah.
Like I've been to his Wednesday space where he does that full storytelling, and he's done music, and it's like a full worked out adventure. That's incredible what he's doing there.
Yeah, we had him on the show. We had him on Rebel Ants a while back. Yeah, he did. He's very good. His mind is always going. You can just see it.
It's impressive. I just feel like impressive. When I've tuned into that, I've tuned in a couple of times, and it's like quite often if I'm having to work late for some reason or something, it's like really great to have on and listen, and it's like, oh yeah.
And for him, it's more of like, what's the story, and then what does it look behind it? And for us, it's more like, what does it look now, and what is the story after?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to think about it in that sense as an artist. Like, wow, like let me make up this story first, and how does it look in my mind afterwards? But you're the one making a story, because a lot of times when you read a book, you're kind of putting together a picture in your head of what it looks like, right? But it's something that someone else made. He's making it himself, so that's even more difficult, right?
Yeah, he's super talented. Yeah, I really like his stuff. Yeah, the spaces are super interesting.
Yeah,
yeah,
the psychological part of the mind. When you're an artist.
Yeah, I do.
Far.
Yeah. I mean, I think I tend to read, if I like, I don't know whether you're the same, but even when I read or I watch movies, they tend to be like quite removed from reality. So I read a lot of horror and like fantasy, and kind of, I think for me that feeds into that storytelling even more so than real life, I guess. And it's what I enjoy like consuming, it's
yeah. That's like, pretty cool.
Yeah. Otherworldly. It's good.
All right. So we've been going for 1 hour and 24 minutes.
Gosh, yeah. I think we started the little coming soon timer on, didn't we, for a little bit? So yeah, it's been a good 1 hour and 10 minutes, I reckon.
So what do you want to tell people now?
Well, I guess I should, and this is what I'm rubbish at. I should remind people.
Where can they find you? Where
I can be found. So I'm going to just quickly share. So we've got our Cute and Creepy Gang website. So on here, you can if you want to read a little bit more about us, there's loads of info on here about where my art was inspired from. We've got a whole evolution of like everything that we've done and what's to come. And you can also mint your witch straight from here as well. And there is a photograph of Fraser on there, so he is real. If you want to read about the team, there is a picture. So yeah, so that's where you can like mint from there. Then also Twitter's probably, if you want to DM me at all, probably Twitter's the best place. I am on Instagram and Facebook, but probably Twitter I spend the most time. So yeah, if you want anything, you want to know anything, or if you have any problems with anything, just give me a shout on Twitter. Oh, X, I should say. Sorry, show me age. Oh, and Discord. We've got a Discord.
I was just about to tell you, don't forget Discord.
Don't forget Discord. We've got a Cute and Creepy Gang Discord. The link's in my bio or on the website. I'm always sharing like sneak peeks in there, holders. If you verify, you can claim. Oh, people keep forgetting to do this, but we've got this as a free claim at the minute. So if you are a holder, you only even have to hold one witch, and you can get one of these really cool pins. So I've been posting them out in little batches all over the world, which is kind of exciting. So yeah, thank you, Acid.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, get in the Discord, say hi. We're thinking about making that a little bit more interesting. I'm going to chat to you about that. So cool.
Yeah. All right, guys, you heard it here first. Make sure you follow Vicki and all those social medias that she just mentioned. Even
every social media. If there's a social media platform, I'm on it.
But she's in every social. And just make sure you go into her Discord and talk to her. She's great. And we'll see you next week here. So good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.